How to use graph neural networks for text classification. The graph neural networks are trending because of their applications in a variety of predictive analytical tasks. When it comes to modeling the data available with graphical representations, graph neural networks outperform other machine learning to deep algorithm learning. The deal of natural language processing is a well-graphed neural network, and it's being applied in a full swing because of its capabilities to model complex text representations. In this article, I'll be discussing what's an interesting application to graph neural networks. An example, text classification. First, I'll understand. And second, this framework works to model the text representations, and I'll explore how it will be used for the next text classification. The major points that I'll discuss in this article is listed below, table of content. First, deep learning in class 2, graph neural networks, 3, convolutional networks, and 4, text graph convolutional networks. Deep learning in text classification, as we well know, this roughly divided into deep learning studies and into two major models, one of which is convolutional networks and another recurrent bit. If we talked about the classification studies, here can also be divided into two groups, where one is focused to make models, which can be based on word embedding. 3 are various studies that have shown us that the success of many text classification models depends on the effectiveness of the word embedding. Another group is focused on learning the document and the word embedding together. Register for this session if we talk about the models of CNN and RNN both being classified as text classification. But CNN is a global one, which is dimensional convolutional trap, and a majority used in computer route. Fields such as specific, typical, NNN, LSTMN, long short-term memory. Models can be used for best performance in the text classification methods. The further extension of these modded like attention mechanisms, which have increased the flexibility of text representation learning models as an integral part of the deep learning methods. Their extensions are widely used. The major benefit of these models is they focus on long consecutive word sequences for text classification, unlike traditional methods, which are global co-occurrences and information words of learning saved in corpus. In recent times, the applications of graph neural networks are growing rapidly in multiple domains. There are a number of studies in which we can see the number of neural networks, such as CNN, being generalized and can be absurdly structured by graphs. These are multiple graph neural networks in the field of text classification. Before going to any network, understand the graph neural network first, which makes it clear as a picture for a network to front us and see it. The graph is data structure that consists of verticals and edges. It can be represented and function in verges and edges. The below image is a representation of the graph. The type of the edges in the graph depends on directional dependence between the vehicles. And the edges can be of two types. First, the directed, second, undirected. Methods, graph neural networks. By name, we can understand a neural network operating on the graph. We can call it a graph neural network, which we call a major operation neural network to classify the vehicle of the node. Verticals on the node presented in the graph can be classified in their provided labels according to neural networks. They're downloaded on the mobile apps. If there is a node V and its structure is characterized by VXA, ground truths TBH given in the labeled graph G, so we can label any labeled graphs or dimensional vectors that help learning, and HIV contains the most information for the neighborhood. Mathematically, if any reader wants to learn more about graphical neural networks, they can check out this paper.